Howdy all, this is Shane and I'm here to show you how to practice to improvise guitar licks. Now this is based off the assumption you've actually learned a lick, whether it's something simple like or something more complicated. And it doesn't really matter what lick it is that you've just learnt or licks that you already played. It's about how you can use them in different songs. Now the important part is the timing and execution of this. And this is one of those things you just need to practice. So I'm going to show you what I would do if I'm going to play a lick. On my last video you saw me play this lick. And that's the tempo that it was given to me from the instructional video that I got it from. Now comes the tricky part, is taking that lick and then playing it over different tempos and different feels and sort of seeing what works. Now the important thing to remember is you're going to stuff this up on the most part a few times depending on, you know, how complicated the riff is or how new it is to you. My suggestion is to play it to death until you don't have to think about it. Alright, here's the lick for reference. Carried away there, but that's the idea. So I practice it in one spot with that tempo, and then I might loop another backing track and play it in A or play it in E or whatever you like. So it's important to play the licks in different spots on the guitar as well. So this is another feel. For the most part, I played that riff pretty much exactly the same. I phrased it slightly different on a couple of the parts, and that's somewhat due to the tempo. So it's good to be able to hear it in your head and then be able to sort of accommodate it to fit that kind of style. So I'm going to show you one more. I'm going to just do like a slow blues loop now. feel that's completely different just to show you how it works. Now this is what I would do. I would pick, well, I'm playing one of my songs right now, but you know, it will work with just about anything if you can accommodate it. And that might mean like playing only half of it, or speeding a section up, or playing bits and pieces of it. So here we go. Yeah, as you can tell, you can get a lick to work with almost any style of music. That would probably also work great over like a country feel or whatever. It is a major lick. It's not your typical minor blues lick, you know, like a... But yeah, all of this stuff you can just accommodate. And that's the trick. That's what improv blues guitar is all about. Once you learn something, you need to be able to hear it in your mind and practice it over different feels. It's a big thing for me. I didn't really think about this stuff. I just thought to myself, alright, I've learned a lick and now I'm going to try it over everything and see if it works. The success that comes out of it comes from making many mistakes along the line, and it's important not to be too scared of hitting wrong notes. On my last video I hit plenty of wrong notes on camera. That was literally me trying to feel out where the notes were for the first time moving a lick around. And one other thing I can suggest is practice something in many different keys on the guitar. So what I would do if I'm practicing a simple lick like, I would then play it half a step up. Now if you don't have a loop station, or if you don't have a click track, or you know, anything like that, you can get on YouTube and just listen to backing track after backing track. There's a million of them. Or you have in your mind something that you want to practice to, and this is important as well. I never practice a lick out of context, so I wouldn't just play something like what I was doing before, or even something simple now like... I don't practice licks like that. Fair enough, there's a tempo in there somewhere, but I'm thinking in my mind like... So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So rather than just playing sloppy and sort of not really with any set tempo, I think to myself this. So I have that going around in my head, or something, you know, like this. Kind of the idea that I'd work with when playing something. What I should point out is it takes time to develop your internal rhythm clock, and what I mean by that is to be able to hear it in your mind over different rhythms. But the only way to really get there is to start working on it. Now I think the important thing to take away from this is that not only does playing this challenge you, especially with new licks and ideas, it will also improve everything about your playing. I really feel that being able to learn a lick and then play it over different tempos is probably the best practice you're going to get. It's one thing just to learn a riff and never play it over different songs, and then it's a really good challenge to be able to make it work over different songs and different ideas.